Everybody loves a puppy. Yeah, they're so cute. Their fuzzy hair is so soft, and their big paws make them so kind of clumsy in a whimsical kind of way. And when they walk with a bounce in their step. They just take in a world of wonder through those pretty little eyes, and they're playful. Well, that is until they exhaust themselves, and then they take a nap. They're even cute in their sleep. And they nibble at our nose and our ears, and the only thing we notice is their puppy breath. Yeah, they're high maintenance, all right, but the joy they bring us makes the duties of feeding them and cleaning up poop and all that, it's just a burden of love. We were born that way too. But as we grow up, something happens. Life. You want to get down? Come on. Let's let you down. Thank you, Riley, for being part of our devotional today. You're a big boy. It starts with school. Getting up to an alarm clock, and our lives begin to become regimented, by the clock. Bells ring to alert us of the changing of class. Crowds fill the hallways, and, stress begins to mount as we struggle just to even make a little room for conversation between classes. And conflict begins to emerge as, we encounter inconsiderate people that won't get out of our way. Peer pressure is a persistent reality. And high-stakes testing siphons off our time even after we're out of school and at home. Extracurricular activities add even more stress. And all this to prepare us for life? Well, yes. Because once we emerge from school, we enter the adult world of career. Now, a good thing we've been prepared because the stress and the high stakes intensify. But we've learned how to deal with it. Our emotional skin begins to toughen. We develop a keen sense of vigilance in every situation. We're always on the lookout for the unexpected. Emotional scars begin to accumulate as we build relationships and as we pursue our careers. We kind of maintain a shields up kind of attitude. And we have to survive. Life begins to add layer after layer of crust around us. And we build that to protect, what's at our core. Life can be a grind. I like pepper. Lots of it. It's in a can, like this, and I buy the big ones. It's got a flap that you can pour. It's also got a flap that you can, spoon it out, and it's got a flap that you can sprinkle. I don't use the sprinkle. That's just too much work, too little pepper. I use the pour flap, and I've learned how to lay down a good layer of pepper on my meal. And, at least I don't use the spoon flap. You see, I have to use a lot of pepper because it's in a can, and it's lost some of its flavor and some of its fragrance and some of its, efficacy. But when we have company over, I don't set this can on the dining room table. No, we get out that pepper grinder thingy, we put peppercorns in it, and load it up. Freshly ground pepper, it just tastes better, doesn't it? I also like coffee. Lots of it. My wife and I, we watch for the coupons and the sales, and we stock up when we have an opportunity. But when company comes over, we don't put out the day-to-day stuff. We buy the coffee beans, and we make a pot of freshly ground coffee, Freshly ground coffee, it just tastes better, doesn't it? Let me ask you a question. Would you pour peppercorns on your meal? Or similarly, would you dump coffee beans into your coffee maker? Well, of course not. First, you grind it. You see, grinding releases the flavor and the aroma. Grinding gets past that crusty outer shell and exposes the richness of what's at the core. Life can be a grind. We've built this crust up around our innermost selves in order to survive. But that little puppy is still inside of all of us. Some, unfortunately few, have found ways to use the grind of life to bring out that freshness and that tenderness that's inside each one of us. Once you've discovered inner peace, you'll start seeing the donut, not the hole. You'll actually begin to see opportunity in adversity. The Bible says it this way in Philippians 4:7, "And the peace of God, which passeth all understanding, shall keep your hearts and minds through Jesus Christ." It's echoed again in 1 Corinthians 2:9. "But as it is written, eye hath not seen, nor ear heard, nor has entered into the heart of man the things which God has prepared for those that love him." There are many others, but I'll conclude with this one because it's my favorite. Jeremiah 29:11. "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord." By the way, this is quoted in quotes. This is not a summation. This is not Jeremiah's take on it. This is God speaking to and through Jeremiah. Direct quotes. "Declares the Lord, plans to prosper you, not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." Well, those are my thoughts for today. And what's your thoughts? Do you ever think about peace, inner peace? I hope you'll take a moment just to share your thoughts in the space provided on this page. I enjoy reading all the feedback that I get. And you know what? Others may benefit from reading it too. So I hope you'll leave a comment. Also, I'd like to connect with you on Twitter. I am at DataGenesis. It's below on the screen. And also, you're welcome to visit the blog that I use as the talking point notes to make these videos. I make these videos together with a team of Christian men and women in hopes of inspiring you, in hopes of uplifting you, in hopes of encouraging you, and most of all, in hopes of empowering you. If you'd like to check out some of the other inspirational videos, I invite you to subscribe to this YouTube channel.